Hi, today we're going to take a look at comparing box and whisker plots, box plots, with two different data sets. We're going to be using 5-number summaries to make our box plots. The first set of data is takeout orders week 1. The second set of data is takeout orders week 2. First set of directions is create a 5-number summary for each data set. To make it a little bit faster, I've already organized the data set for number 1. So I can see I've got a minimum of 2, and I'm going to go ahead and write my minimum over here. I find that it's a good idea to organize with just a quick list. Okay, I can see I've got a maximum of 29. Now, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 values in my data set. So dividing it in half, 6 would be the middle number. I want to check and make sure I've got 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number right here is my median. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. So taking a look, my median is 21. Q1, right smack in the middle, 2 on each side of it, is 17. So looking just at this bottom half of the data, counting in, I see my 17. Okay, again, looking just at the top half of this data, so let's make that real clear. It's the top half and the bottom half. I see it's again 5 numbers, and I see that 26 is Q3. Looking at week 2, just organizing week 2 from smallest to greatest, I see I've got a 10, a 16, an 18, a 19, a 21, a 21, a 22, 24, 28, and 32. And again, really straightforward to find my minimum and my maximum. So my minimum is 10, my maximum is 32. Now let's make sure this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values in this data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have all 10 values. These data sets aren't the same size, but we can use a box and whisker plot just to compare them. It doesn't matter that they are unequal sizes now. So if there's 10, it'll be 5 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 21 is the median again. So these data sets actually have matching medians. We have got, again, the smaller half of the data, 21. 18 is Q1. And of the upper half of the data, counting in, 24 is Q3. So taking a look here, I'm going to go ahead and start with a 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Okay, so taking a look, getting myself a little bit more square to this paper because I have to estimate a little bit. I'm going to start with my 5-number summary, and I'm going to start here at 2, and I'm going to label it. Okay, here's 10, 15, so 17 would be a little bit on the side. 21, here's 26. Ooh, forgot to label those. 17, 21, 26, and then 29, just a little bit inside 30. I connect the 3 center lines to make a box, and then I make whiskers to the outside edges. So this is, let's get that labeled, that is week 1. Okay, now let's come down here and label week 2. So I see I've got a 10 is my minimum. Let's label it. 18, so here's 15, there's 17. 18 is going to be a little bit bigger. 21, match it up. 24, here's 25. Let's come on this side for the 24. And let's go, here's 30, a little bit bigger up here to 32. Again, matching up the center numbers, taking it out to the whiskers, and it looks like my lines aren't very straight and even. Clearly don't have an even set of them. Okay, I've created a 5-number summary. I've made a box and whisker plot. Which week had more variation? So let's take a look at the range for week 1. From 29 to 2 is 27. And for this one, from 32 to 10, the range would be 22. 32 minus 10 and 29 minus 2. So number 1 has more variation based on range. Now let's look at the interquartile range. So that would be from 26 to 17, which is a value of 9, and the IQR of this one goes from 24 to 18, which was 6. I think we can definitely say that week 1 had more variation. The range is 27, which is greater than, oh, I've run myself out of time, week 2 at 22. Let's come down here. The IQR of week 2 is 6, which is less than week 1 IQR of 9. So week 1 had more variation. Okay, what is the lower 50% of each week? Each week, lower 50%, here's 50% at the medium. Each week, fewer than 21 orders, so now I can't spell, each week, 21 or fewer orders, or takeout orders, is the lower 50%. Now, if I just look at my box and whisker plots, okay, I've done some calculation, but if I just look, this one, okay, they're both, well, this one is symmetric, not completely, but it's pretty close to symmetric. I can see that the IQR, the box, the interquartile range, is actually physically smaller. And I can see that if I go whisker to whisker, it's slightly shorter from whisker to whisker. I also see that it starts at a slightly higher place and ends at a slightly higher place. I would have to say that overall, their takeout orders the second week were better based on our data. If I look at number 1, it's got a bigger box. It's not symmetric. It's got a very long tail on to the left, so this would be skewed left. And I can see that overall our range is larger, which would tell us all about, okay, visually, we can take a look at the visuals and just say there was more variation week 1 than week 2 without actually doing calculations. The calculations absolutely back this up. I would say in terms of overlap, there's a large amount of overlap. Data set 2 is almost completely within data set 1. It's only that largest value, the maximum value. So when I compare these, that's a large number of ways to compare them. Have a great day. Thank you very much.